Welcome back. The United States President Donald Trump will use a primetime address tonight to announce his latest Supreme Court pick after Justice Anthony Kennedy announced his resignation late last month.
The president has indicated that he was close to making a final decision from a shortlist of 4 conservative judicial candidates whom he's met with over the last number of days. In a big week for President Trump, he will also travel to Brussels for a meeting of NATO heads of state and government ahead of a working visit to the United Kingdom and a summit with Russia's President Vladimir Putin in Helsinki, Finland.
What makes this process that much more interesting is that any candidate nominated would have to get enough votes in the Republican-controlled Senate. But the GOP basically holds just a 1-seat majority as conservative lawmakers urge the president to think about who would be the easiest to get confirmed, given the small margins in the Senate. President Trump returned Sunday to Washington from his golf resort in New Jersey.
I'm getting very close to making a final decision.
Not yet.
And I believe this person will do a great job. But I'm very close to making a decision. Have not made it official yet, obviously. Have not made it final, but we're very close to making a decision.
How many people are you deciding between?
Well, it's still, let's say it's the 4 people, but they're excellent. Everyone, you can't go wrong.
Among the 4 front-runners for the lifetime appointment to the highest court is Raymond Kethledge, who serves as a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals in Cincinnati. Brett Kavanaugh is a judge of the U.S. Appeals Court for the District of Columbia and worked in the White House under former President George W. Bush. Amy Coney Barrett is a longtime law professor who became a federal judge last year, and Thomas Hardiman is a judge on the Court of Appeals in Philadelphia, who was recommended by President Trump's sister, who is also a judge.
In choosing Justice Kennedy's replacement, my greatest responsibility is to select a justice who will faithfully interpret the Constitution as written. Judges are not supposed to rewrite the law, reinvent the Constitution, or substitute their own opinions for the will of the people expressed through their laws. We reject judicial activism and policymaking from the bench. The faithful application of the Constitution is the bedrock of our freedom, the foundation of our society, and the linchpin of our government.
Democrats are concerned that issues like access to healthcare, abortion and LGBTQ rights could be rolled back, while calling for a delay in the confirmation until after the midterm elections in November.
This Supreme Court seat is extremely serious. We have a president, there is a federal investigation going on with direct implications to the presidency, and that presidency is talking about nominating a Supreme Court pick that is going to essentially hear this case out. This is in a very unusual time in this country. When is the last time that a president has been in this position?
The announcement expected in prime time Monday, one that is likely to dominate the narrative just as President Trump embarks on a trip to Europe for the annual NATO summit as he ramps up calls on other long-standing allies to increase their contributions to the alliance. His meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin after the NATO summit could make this quite a week in the White House. Sherman Bryceby's SABC News, New York.